Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 68 of the Game Time Gents podcast. Merry Christmas. Happy Championship Week for those who celebrate. It is me, Nardy, here with Fish and Zoltowski as always, boys. Say hello.
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 And we have our week 16 review, our week 17 outlook, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the pick'em for week 17 as well. So let's get right into the news for this week. It is championship week, as I said, week 16 or week 17. If you guys are playing fantasy football in week 18, this is just a little bit of a PSA. Just either leave the league or smack your commissioner. Bring it up during the off-season meetings. There's no reason anyone should play fantasy football in the last week of the year. So many teams that, you know, make it to the playoffs with players that you have on them are going to end up sitting those players, and then you're going to be kind of SOL in those championship weeks. You know, Fish and I have been in leagues for a lot of years together. Zoltowski, you're more new to that scene, but we've had to lobby a few times to make sure that we don't play fantasy football for the full year. So I know the reason a lot of people do it is because they want to get the full season out of it, but in the long term, it just kind of skews the results at the end. So you'll definitely want to make that change next year if you're playing fantasy football in week 18. But we're going to look a little bit at the playoff picture going forward. You know, teams are starting to clinch their divisions. And then we're also going to talk about the injuries that happened and the games this week on Netflix that are going to be on Christmas Day, which, boys, they have to be mad about. They have 3 quarterbacks in each game that are not starting caliber. Goff is playing against Max Brosmer in the Lions-Vikings game. Dak versus journeyman Josh Johnson in the Cowboys in the Washington Commies game. And then we have Bo Nix versus Chris Oladokun, I think is how you say his last name. I have no idea, but he's going to be at the Chiefs' home. So I'm sure Netflix, as much money as they probably invested in this project, which last year it didn't work out that well for them. They had all the issues, the stuttering, all that stuff. I'm sure they're not very happy about the injuries, but that is football.
Yeah.
You know?
And I know too, a lot of the players have come out. You see it both in now the NFL, but more in the NBA, because I know the NBA plays a lot of games on Christmas. You know, they've come out and say, hey, I'd rather be, you know, at home with my family. And yeah, it's great that we could watch football on Christmas Day, but I do kind of feel for those guys. Like, yeah, they're making millions of dollars a year, but still, like, they should be able to spend time with their families on holidays. But it is what it is, I guess.
It's kind of what they signed up for.
Break me off of a $250 million contract. I'll spend all day with, you know, guys playing football and shit. That's literally, it's fine.
Well, the Cowboys and the Lions, they're just not seeing their family during the holidays this year.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Nope, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So
yeah, those games are going to be awful. I'm sure people are just going to watch the NBA or watch Christmas movies.
All right, Lions may lose.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna get it over with so I can complain about it, get it done. Saw the end of the game. Wild. Last play, 100% OPI. Amon-Ra pushed off the guy, but don't do that. Dumb. You know it's a short rush. Just go get open. It's the one where they called it on to Sleigh. That was the one that really sent me. That was really bad. Really bad. But, and then in the same vein, offense just wasn't, they weren't doing anything. Multiple chances to win that game. Didn't do it. So, defense led up to huge. The second Jalen Warren touchdown. I saw it. I asked Liz, I said, you want to watch anything else? So I'm already pissed off. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, no, I'm not watching anymore.
What about that Kenny Gainwell touchdown?
Oh, the cat, yeah. Oh,
that was wild.
That was nuts. But it sucks, you know. You hate to see bad calls in games that really, really matter, that have high implications. And I can complain as much as I want, but at the same time, they were better than that Steelers team. I think at one point there was 18 yards of rushing offense for the Lions.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that not good. Not good. And Jack Sawyer was playing out of his mind. Whoever lets the Steelers get him in the 4th round, I hate everybody that did that.
Yeah, he was replacing somebody that was injured. I think they're
Watt.
deep. Their defense is deep as long as you don't look at the secondary. But yeah, they, David Montgomery this year has just been a non-factor. And he posted a picture on his Instagram today with like his pads like hung up in his locker, like he's fed up with everything. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I didn't. I was busy working, and then we went and saw her family a little bit today, so I wasn't really on my phone. But the problem is, and I put this on the doc, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, and I hope that Santa brings the Lions a new OC. I was optimistic going into it. I do miss Ben Johnson. Anybody who would miss an OC like that, look at what he's done for Chicago. They're having a fantastic year. But John Morton's not the guy, and Dan Campbell is also starting to struggle with calling plays, and they don't scheme him well. They know what they're going to. The team knows what they're going to do. Oh, Montgomery's on the field. All right, let's load the box, and maybe hang one guy back on Amon-Ra. But I don't know. It's frustrating. There's a chance they make the playoffs. They need a lot to happen. I need Packers to lose out, which is possible now that Jordan Love's, I think, hurt. But we have to play the Bears in Chicago, and they're hot.
Yeah,
right now
they're on fire.
And our secondary is obliterated. All our starting safeties are out. But let's reset, move on to next year, and it is what it is, man. Is this what it's like to be a Browns fan?
It's pretty rough. Yeah.
No, I remember. You know what? I'll still take it though. Anybody that's calling for Dan Campbell's head's an idiot. The man should not be fired. It's not all on him. So.
Yeah, you guys need to definitely get a different play color in there. Fish, your Eagles, however, have clinched the division with what happened on Sunday, or last week, I should say. It does look like the Lions are the first team out, or the only team out at this point. Everyone else is eliminated. That tie is coming in big for the Packers right now, because I believe, oh no, they would still be in if you guys had tied divisions, because they're
head to head.
Yeah, their division is much better.
Yep.
What happens next from here? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Lions gonna win out. Packers gotta lose.
Yeah, Lions got to win out. Packers got to lose. Yeah. It looks like, and I'm just looking here on ESPN, the only other moving parts for the NFC playoff picture in terms of teams getting in is Tampa Bay and Carolina. But Carolina is probably going to hold that over Tampa Bay because I believe they beat them in the first game, and then they play again next week. So that game's going to have a lot of implications on there. AFC is honestly a mess, it looks like. When it comes to teams that could go in, you got the Baltimore Ravens, you got the Colts, which we've already talked about. They're probably not going to be in. I think that they play Jacksonville this week.
Yeah, that team's on just absolute fire.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that happen just with seeding going forward. So,
yeah, because I don't think either one seeds are locked up yet.
No, neither of the one seeds are locked up. The only team that has a guaranteed top 4 seed is Philly, because they're the only ones that have won their division so far. Everybody else is either in the top 4 or wild card. So Denver plays the really, really hurt Kansas City Chiefs this week. But you also have the Patriots playing the Jets. So those are the top 2 1 and 2 seeds right now in the AFC. So who knows what happens there. Then you've got Jacksonville. They're probably going to beat the Colts. So it's going to be probably those 3 teams in the top. And then you'll see the Bills, the Chargers, and the Texans as the 3 next teams for the AFC. Yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks if the Lions are not in. I think I'd rather see that much more than I'd like to see Malik Willis leading the Packers if Jordan Love is out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, there's a chance. Ravens are fighting for a playoff spot. I know, obviously, the Packers are too, but Micah's hurt, so that's a big blow to their defense. And it seems like one of their receivers always seems to get injured week to week. And, if Jordan Love's out for the next 2 games, then that's just the door is open.
Yeah. But I'm not sure what the extent of his injury is.
Yeah, I didn't look too much into it because I think the Packers play the Ravens this week, and then they have the Vikings the week after. I think. Yeah,
the Ravens and then the Vikings week 18. Jordan Love concussion protocol, so he's limited in practice right now. So there's a good chance he'll play week 17. And then on forward through there. But we did have some other injuries. To change subject here a little bit. Unfortunately, Quinshon Judkins got injured. He had the pretty much same injury as Cam Scatterbo, dislocated ankle, fractured fibula. He's obviously out for the remainder of the year, probably a good part of the beginning of next year, I would have to assume. I don't really know what that rehab process is like. I feel like we haven't really seen that injury much for running backs, except for this year, obviously, because we've had 2 rookies back-to-back. Your next men up are going to be a running back by committee. Dylan Sampson, he could be back this week. He's still up in the air. Then you have Raheem Sanders, not Shadur. And then Travion Williams is the next 2 backs after Dylan Sampson. Gardner Minshew is on IR. That's where that Chris Oladikin comes in. He played pretty much the entire game last week for the Chiefs, and they did not do well. So I would probably sit every Chiefs player I have, fish, including Rashee Rice.
I don't know, man. Isaiah Pacheco got 13.5 points for once.
Did he? Did they have to lean on the Pacheco?
He had to lean on the run game.
The next 2 are more quarterbacks that are supposed to start on Thursday. Mariota, his hand and quad are injured. Josh Johnson, the longtime journeyman of the league, is probably going to start there. And then J.J. McCarthy has a fractured hand. He's been. It was mentioned today. We're recording this on Tuesday that he was going to be out this week. So you're going to see Max Brosmer on Thursday. Joyful, everyone. But Fish, did you have any news before we move into our fantasy zeros?
No, you guys pretty much covered everything. I'm just more eager to get a little frustration out on the fantasy zero.
I wanted to talk about one more thing. I put at the bottom the whole DK situation.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. We all saw what happened. We all saw the videos. DK grabs the guy by his lanyard. Pretty much, it looks like he punched him. One angle makes it look like he just kind of pushes him, but still suspended for the last 2 games of the Steelers season.
Yep.
Which not very good for them. So I don't know if you guys have heard what DK said that the guy allegedly said to him.
Yep.
So for those that don't know, apparently he called his mom the C word and then called him the N word. There's been videos that have popped up from other fans' point of views that were pretty close where he doesn't say any of that. Apparently he just called him by his government name.
DeKalin.
And he doesn't like that. Yeah, okay. I mean, you're gonna get attacked now. So good luck. You're on your own. I'm not backing you up.
Pay me money, DK.
But I mean, that's the point I want your guys' opinion is. It's just dumb. These guys are $1 million athletes. I know it's frustrating when fans say things to you, but you're in the spotlight. You have to control yourself, unfortunately. I mean, is that wrong?
No, you're 100% right. I mean, the first thing that popped into my mind when he hit him was the malice at the palace. I'm like, you this was a notorious event that happened, and you're just gonna, not to the extent, but repeat it somewhat. Like you can't touch
the same
fans.
city almost.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can't do it. You can't touch fans, especially nowadays. Like when the Malice at the Palace happened, there was no smartphones, there was no recording devices that fans would take to a game.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to know now that, eyes are going to be on you. And I even saw some people on Twitter chirping about this, like it's like the Myles Garrett situation when he just absolutely crowned Mason Rudolph with that helmet, that Mason Rudolph said those unsavory things. And I'm like, I mean, I would believe Garrett because there's no videotapes on him and I'm biased, but I would not believe biased. DK. He's a little bit of a hothead.
All right, you look at it this way, right? Yeah, you got to hold yourself accountable. I mean, again, I'll take a fraction of his contract, and you can say all the obscenities you want to me. Doesn't matter to me. I understand that they get hot, but that one punch costed him $40 million guaranteed. You also got to think, right? Like, yeah, it costs him money. It's not a good light. The Steelers are still fighting for a playoff spot. Like, nothing's a sure lock. And for him to kind of put his team in a detrimental situation, especially with Rodgers, and, everybody seems to be building rapport, right? DK didn't really work out in Seattle. He goes there, fresh face. They get rid of Pickens. They get rid of one diva, then they pick up a diva. I think a worse diva than George Pickens, but George Pickens, everyone on any type of broadcast is already talking about him and his hot-headedness and stuff like that. I mean, it happens, but that's the reason why the Steelers kind of got rid of him. They saw that there's a lot of good potential there for play capabilities, but an absolute cancer in the locker room. So now you're kind of bringing the situation back, and this is not what you want in the Steelers locker room going into the playoffs, right? Because now DK is going to be 2 games out. Yeah, he'll practice both weeks and be ready, but not game time ready. He just took 2 weeks off of professional level skill set. And now you're going to go, your first game back is going to be in the playoffs. I'm sure that the chemistry between him and Rodgers is not going to be the best, and they might have to kind of script kind of easing him back into that game. But that locker room it's not with Sleigh there, and you got all these diva receivers and corners, and
it's quarterback.
It's just not a good look, and I'm surprised that Rodgers hasn't been more vocal about this. I'm sure he said his stuff underneath his breath because he's not an idiot, but
yeah,
it's just funny that one punch would cost him $40 million guaranteed if he just kind of walked away from it, or talked to the security guard saying, "Hey, that guy said this and this," and they would have just escorted him out. So it's stupid. It's stupid, but it doesn't surprise me for those type of players, those ones that are like, "Oh yeah, I'm the bee's knees. I can do whatever I want, get away with it." Not like you said. It's a lot different when a fan is yelling at somebody and there's no cameras around. Where, I mean, Ron Artest jumps into the 6th row and beats the hell out of a fan. Everybody's like, I mean, I think he said that. I'm on Artest's side on that one.
I gotta watch that documentary on Netflix about it.
It's pretty good.
I've heard it's really good.
But nowadays, I mean, the moment that anybody's yelling any type of obscenity towards a player, regardless of his government name or whatever, there's going to be 5 cameras on him just for that reaction, right? Somebody's going to try and look to go viral. It's just not a good look. But I don't know how, right? And Tomlin's not a pushover coach, right? It's the same thing like Belichick, right? You kind of classify both of them like players play for him, and there's no BSing around, right? Randy Moss went there to New England. Then you had T.O., you had Ocho Cinco. You had a lot of these like, oh, hey, I do what I want. And then all of a sudden they go to the Patriots and like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and straighten up. Yeah, you're right. We're good. You just can't coach this. So really game by game, we're just kind of hoping we either win by a lot and then nothing happens, or we kind of lose and then we try and get him away from everything. So it's just an unfortunate situation, but it's going to hurt the Steelers in the long run, especially the next two games. And if they don't make it in, it's obviously a bigger issue. But if they do make it in, I think that locker room is kind of it's going to be a little on edge, right?
Yeah.
So it just sucks for them, I guess. I don't really care.
I didn't realize his guarantees could be voided. That's an expensive
No, I didn't
strike.
either.
No, it's not could be. It is. It is all guaranteed money for this year and next year, which totals 45 million gone.
Yeah, it says if the suspension's upheld, which it probably
It
will
was. It was.
be. Oh, they had
He
already
appealed
went through?
Yep. It
That
was
was
that
the
quick.
fastest
Okay.
appeal process ever.
I mean, there's just so much. The broadcast caught it. It
Right.
literally was on national television.
And then
Everybody that was watching that game
and then
saw
the
it. And
TikTok
it was the
videos came
425.
out, no one saying anything.
Yep. Well, and the other thing too is because the Lions have played the Seahawks, I think, for the past couple years, and apparently the same fan has been a problem with DK for the past couple years. I again don't know how true this is. I hate to say don't trust DK at all, just because of, again, like Fish said, the diva attitude. So, I mean, I hope he didn't say those things because, one, that's a bad look for Lions fans. I mean, I get jeering and booing and, all that stuff, but they're still people.
It's a bad look for humanity in
Yeah.
general.
Especially call it someone's mom. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
What did she do to you?
Yeah, I'm reading here a little bit more about it. This is the third time he's been fined. So this year, week 13, he got fined about 14,500 for an obscene gesture, and then in week 8, he got fined for striking, kicking, or kneeing after he poked his finger in the face mask of Quay Walker. So he's definitely been a little more animated this year, I would say, than he has been in the past. I know a lot of people used to give him, a bunch of what's the word I'm looking for? Like flowers, I guess, for cursing in sign language instead of actually using mean words
that
on the field. But
I remember that last year, I think it was.
yeah, I guess that went
He
down.
got fined for that, though, and he ended up getting fined.
Oh, did he? Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Well, they have ASL interpreters now because, deaf people watch football too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's crazy. That whole DK, that's an expensive punch. But we can move on to our zeros. Fish, I know you're wanting to lay into some guys here. So
He's gunning for it, itching, scratching at the bit.
It's just like the end of the 4 o'clock games, that hour span, and then late Sunday night, and then obviously the game last night. I lost 3 leagues just because a lot of these players didn't perform. All of them are money leagues, so Ben, congrats on winning yours. Big F you, dude. You got a cakewalk going into your championship. I think a guy put up like 120 points, and both him and I put up like near 200. So sick, awesome. A couple of the guys, most of the guys here are the ones that kind of really implicated. I know a lot of people kind of looked at them. I did a lot of tinkering on who to play, look at the matchups. One guy in particular, as I go down this list, Bucky Irving. Again, he went 19 for 75, which is a fairly reasonable stat, but the way they utilized him last year and then earlier this year before he got hurt, and then the last few games, it just hasn't been. It's like he's irritated somebody on the coaching staff, and they don't give him the ball. Sean Tucker scored a touchdown from far out. I think they're on the 1 again. Someone else scored. That's your that goal line stance in a game that big where you need to win, right? You got to feed your playmakers, which they ended up losing. I mean, 19 touches for your explosive running back who did incredible things, not only running the ball north and south, but also receiving the ball out of the back, especially with the receiving core that has been fairly hurt and very wishy-washy. To try and gain any type of momentum kind of going back into it, you gotta start the run game. The Packers are notorious for this. The Steelers, will talk about that here in a little bit. That's what they did as well. They established the run game, then it opens everything up. Baker's a great player, but it's just, I don't know. That one kind of sucked when he only dropped like 7.5 points when I was afraid of the Chase Brown, Zach Taylor going, yeah, we're going to keep everybody in till the end of the year, and then all of a sudden they play half a series and they take some out. So I know a lot of people were kind of going back and forth on that, which sucks. But next with Brandon Aubrey, I know he tried a like 63-yard field goal. Would have been sick if he hit it, but it's one of his few rare misses. Only putting up 5 points when it seems like every other kicker that I faced ended up putting up 11 to 16. So again, the kickers in IDP spots you kind of lean on just a little bit more. You assume that your top running backs and receivers will get you your points, same thing your quarterbacks. But those guys are, when we talked about this a few weeks ago, the difference between 9 points for an IDP and someone that popped off and got a sack and put up 16 could make or break your season. And unfortunately for me, it did. A little tandem here, Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love. Jordan Love is a little different. He got that concussion early on. He has a brutal hit. Josh Jacobs, they were bouncing him back and forth of, yeah, he's injured. He's not going to play. Then they cleared him. They did the same stuff last week with him, and he did fairly well. This game, he was just non-existent. Both of them tallied combined 7 points, especially in a two-quarterback league. Man, let me tell you, it hurt. It hurt a little bit. Whoa, this guy. Oh, it's over this guy.
I want you to say it exactly how you have it typed.
You name another tight end who's putting up 19, 20 points per average every game, who is the focal point of that offense when there's no one else around him, who, when you have the beef brisket throwing, who has played incredibly well, until I start him. So anyone that had him or fucking Trey McBride, that's my bad, guys. That's my bad. McBride only had like 3.5 points, 4 points, I think, with PPR. He might have had 20 something yards for a decent game of, we're only going to throw because we don't have a running back. And, everyone else receiver wise is kind of figuring it out. It was detrimental, especially when he played against Kyle Pitts, who just to see, they like, oh yeah, we have a tight end, and they just kind of lopping the ball. So that was fun. And then last but not least, I saw a glimmering hope. I have Josh Allen, and of course we're playing against Josh Allen. He goes out, goes hurt, only gets 6 points. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe it's the marriage or the kid that he's got coming. Hey, wake the heck up, dude. I mean, holy shit. He's only putting up 6.5 points as well. For a guy who in multiple games this year has put up 50 points and is the only focal point of that offense. I understand that, Jordan or Jared or Jimmy Cook or whoever the guy back there is, Dalvin Cook's little brother, has been tearing it up this year. But
he cooked the Browns defense this week.
This is something, though, if I'm a coach or owner or manager or whomever, if a team that is possibly playing the Bills going into the playoffs, first round, this is a prime watching this game film going out the wazoo. The Browns exposed Josh Allen for what happened, and they kept him tame. Yeah, you let Cook score, that's fine. He racked up a bunch of yards. That's okay, because Cook is not going to do that consecutively like Josh Allen would. You stop Josh Allen, that whole offense is drained, and then you load the box. The Browns did a great thing, and they loaded the box. They stopped Josh Allen from doing what Josh Allen does normally. So that's a big issue if I'm a Bills fan kind of going into the playoff scene, where I would be a little worried with especially not the receiving core that you have. You don't have a Jay Jettas or Jamar Chase where you can rely on just force feeding them the ball. You have Allen and you have Cook. Who do you want to get stopped? If both of them are going, awesome, great, because your defense is not what it was last year or the year before. If they can stop Josh Allen, Bills, we talked about this, the Chiefs are out. This is the Bills' year to finally get past that hump, break that Bambino curse, get to the Super Bowl, win it, and then all that is forgotten. Kind of getting exposed by a relatively good Browns defense is kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem.
I thought the Browns had a real chance to win that game.
1,000%.
Honestly.
I mean, when then Cook decided to pop off for like 4 touchdowns and 190,000 yards. So,
Yeah.
But I think you did you did every other team on that division a favor by saying, "Yep, we can stop Josh Allen, who's been virtually unstoppable all season and has been since he came in the league." That was one of the things that they'll look at and they'll continue to watch and go, "Okay, how did they do it? How did they scheme against this play?" I think Allen playing that game is going to have a little bit tougher of a playoff push after having that situation there, which if they can stop Cook and then kind of keep Allen at bay, that'd be a big problem for them because they can't rely on that defense much longer. So that's it. It's all, guys. A short list, but very, very frustrated.
I think last week what you asked us that question, who's in trouble? Who do we need to hit the panic button on? I said for the Bills in the playoffs, Josh Allen's the only guy. So if he is having issues, if they can stop him, like you're saying, then they may not be able to bring it home this year either. We may go back to a Patriots dynasty.
Oh, God. I don't know. The Bears, I hate to say it, the Bears look real good.
They do.
I hate to say that, but they look so good.
I'm just hoping someone, like, if the Eagles don't win it, it's going to be someone different outside of the Chiefs or something like that. Like, if the Jags won it, it's deserved, right? I mean, we know who's the hottest team going into the playoffs. It's the Jags and the Bears right now. Good luck stopping them. Or it's Puka Nacua and whoever team he plays for. So whatever that team
Matt
he plays
Stafford's
with.
on a tear too.
Yeah.
So it's
I need an East Coast team to win it so they go to Disney World for the Super Bowl parade and not Disneyland so I can see the parade. At this point, I don't care. I just need the East Coast team. It'd be cool to see. So I'll be there when it's happening. If they go to Disney. It was
your Lions.
There's a snowball's chance in hell. No, they'll get bounced in the first round if they make the playoffs. It's
1,000%.
But yeah, I mean the Bills could run into the Texans again, and we saw what happened earlier this year. I think he got sacked 8 times that game. That Texans defense is no joke. Offense ain't worth a damn.
Offense is starting to heat up a little bit.
They
don't really have a running game, but Shroud and that the receiving core are starting to kind of find something. But like you said, with the Texas defense, if they would just put a spy over it, then they kind of keep both him and Cook under charge. I mean, Cook, one of them is going to get their flowers, but it's going to be very ugly. It's going to be very hard fought. It's not going to be a cakewalk like they have in recent years. So it could be a problem. So Brown's really exposing people out here. It's kind of wild.
As they're triple teaming Myles Garrett.
Yeah. He only had
literally
half a
triple
sack.
teaming that man.
I hope he gets it this week against the Steelers. That'd make me so happy.
That'd be fantastic. I'll hop into mine just because I mentioned the Bears, and I'm going to talk about a Bears player. Is DeAndre Swift again back on the list? Just not, and I think it's that rookie they got, Kyle Monangai or whatever it is. Yeah, and it's their receiving core as well. As even with Rome out, they've been doing very well. And then the other one is my good friend Jackson Dart. Just absolute trash game. 7 for 13 for 33 yards and 1 interception.
God.
And rushing twice for 7 yards for a total of 1.02 points.
The Giants on the field.
So thank you for getting me last place in Super Active, because I put him in because Patty Mahomes is hurt and I didn't have any other quarterbacks, and I wasn't pulling Quinn Ewers off the taxi squad this late. That was bad.
I mean, honestly, it's a smart thing for the Giants, right? Because you can't just throw. You can't throw, right, to get a better draft pick, right? Then you look at the Saints, then you look at a lot of these other teams that just keep winning, right? Like the Panthers, like 2 years ago when they were like 0-50, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna win 5 out of the next 7 games. Like, why? You guys lost 10 draft picks.
I think that was the Giants last year. We were at B-Dubs watching them play. I think they were playing the Bengals, or they were playing somebody at home, and they ended up like winning by 3 touchdowns. And it was me, you, and Bosom, and I don't think you were there. Not, yeah, Bosom.
Oh, not probably bailed. Not bailed for sure.
But No, I don't think you were in Cleveland. It was late in
Yeah,
the season,
you
but we were
definitely,
sitting
yeah, you
there and
failed.
we all look at each other and go, we're just like, what are the Giants doing right now? Like they're literally throwing away the number one pick, and the fans aren't cheering; they're booing at the fact that their team is scoring touchdowns and winning the game, which is wild.
It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, look, you got to figure that they're missing their stud receiver, their, you know, soon to be retired stud running back because of all the concussions and head trauma. That team will be just fine. I know I've seen all the clips and all the videos and everything online saying that Jackson Dart's not the guy. And it's like, yeah, it's one
He's
game. It's one
yeah,
game. Now you
he's
want
the
him to
guy
start winning
for
this
sure.
season? Forget
They,
about it. So
they need to draft. They just need to draft an O-line. Is the big thing. They can't pick up a blitz worth a damn.
them and 20 other teams.
But that's my real short list, like always, because Fish takes most of them. And it's fun to listen to him talk about his guys because he gets all
A little hot over
excited.
here.
Yeah, I got a couple just to quickly go through. TJ Hawkins sucks again. That guy is awful. He showed so much promise in the beginning of his career, and he's just been ass since.
Yeah, I was upset when we traded him away.
Yeah.
Not so upset now.
Couple Lions. David Montgomery. We talked about him a little bit before. Yeah. And then J-Mo had a down week. Kind of sucked to have to start him over Devontae Adams, but injuries happen. And then Breece Hall.
Guy always makes the list.
Back on the list. Breece Hall. The prisoner of New York is what I'm going to start calling him. That guy is just too talented to be there.
Yep. 1,000%. 1,000%. So.
Speaking of talented.
They hired Aaron Glenn. You know how many interceptions they've had this year? Defensive-minded coach, by the way.
Like one.
Great
Zero.
coordinator with the Lions. Not one. They have had 0 all year.
They might set an NFL record. Nope. You figure any Pee Wee team would have at least one interception.
And they've played like all of the top 6 most intercepted quarterbacks teams too.
Wild.
Big old goose egg.
How's Sauce Gardner doing?
Well, didn't he hurt himself at the Colts?
Did he? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he's hurt on the Colts. He was doing good until Daniel Jones broke his leg.
Yeah.
Well, he broke his leg and then destroyed his other knee. So the guy's just Lieutenant Dan out there in a chair just rolling around.
Hey man, Grandpa Rivers out there slinging the ball.
He looks so old.
Something.
Okay, but if you look at him compared to Rodgers looks like he's 10 years older than that man.
Yeah, but at least Rodgers still has a cannon.
Yeah. Rodgers can move.
Yeah, ran what's his face, Campbell.
Did you see that clip, Zoltowski?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
He tried to help Campbell up.
Because you're gonna let a 42-year-old man outrun you?
God, fucking him. You guys ever watch Letterkenny?
Yeah.
I'm gonna swear it's fucking embarrassing. I'll send you the clip. Just imagine me kicking a trash can.
Yeah, send it on Discord.
I'm not sending it to you, Fish, because you don't watch anything.
I'll watch it.
Send it to Nutter.
Send it on Discord. I'll watch it
on Discord.
Right.
Well, let's get into our fantasy heroes. We'll talk about some positivity on the broadcast today. So, who wants to start?
Both leagues. There's no positivity.
I'll go ahead and start.
Fish, you gonna be the guy? Give me a second. Let's get everything worked out here. All right, go ahead.
You might see this familiar name from last week, and honestly, it sucks that I lose in 3 leagues because I tinker stinker, but then no relatively decent ball. So I'm gonna go with Jaylen Warren. Projected 10.3 points. Actuality ended up getting 28. Went 14 for 143 on the ground with 2 touchdowns, adding 2 receptions on the lighter end for him, and on a minimal end for only 8 reception yards. Only had 49% usage, by the way. Do keep in mind that they played at what I thought a stout Lions defense. It's kind of a shootout. We had discussed last week that this is a game that the Steelers really needed kind of. We knew what DK could do. He's not a great route runner, but he's very good going, streaking. it's just not a lot of momentum for the receiving core there. Right? They got 15 tight ends. No one can really catch. They have to establish the run game, is what we said last week. And lo and behold, they finally established it. Jalen Warren kind of spearheading that two-headed monster, and then Gainwell kind of coming out as more of a receiving back than anything over Warren. This is a tough matchup, right? This is a must-win game last week for both of them, the Lions and the Steelers. To kind of, for the Steelers especially, this is a momentum swing for them. Lions are not a tough, roll over and take it team. They're tough. That's a team that you could face in the playoffs. What I thought last week, not so much now. But
I was gonna say, are you drunk? High? Are you on
no,
something?
Last week I thought you guys were, good, but you guys are just frauds this year. So
bad. Still better than early 2000s though. So
I mean barely, but
no.
This is a team that needed to kind of win and beat these tough opponents, these playoff caliber teams, to kind of carry the momentum into the playoffs. Jalen Warren's got to be my hero. I know a few people. The stats aren't sexy when you kind of play them, right? You see a Bucky Irving who's projected on average 15 points every week. Guy gets 3, and then you look at Jalen Warren and you're like, wow, that 10 points against a tough defense, supposed to be high scoring. The Lions are probably going to run all over them. Steelers got a good defense, but old man, Rodgers back there. You got DK. There's who's the second guy? I don't know. They got 12 tight ends. You figure that Gainwell was kind of cutting into that usage, and you kind of saw Gainwell kind of outsnapped Warren a little bit. With only 49% usage doing this much that Warren can, he did break off 2 long touchdowns for, I think, 40 yards apiece or something like that, if not longer. This is something that they needed to kind of carry into the postseason. That's the reason why I picked him as my hero. I kind of wanted to just give myself some flowers for understanding a little bit of ball, and then just kind of, we're making a point that losing 3 fantasy leagues already, it's just, we're not doing well over here, so we just got to pick up anywhere we can. So Jalen Warren, that was my hero for this week.
Literally lost in both leagues. 6th place in the boys. Last in super active, so zip it.
Do something. Gotta do something.
Pat myself on the back this week. I hear you throw the word spearhead in there.
I might have. I think I blacked out.
I blacked out for a job. You know that, right?
I was just like, I blacked out. I started talking about the Lions being good, and I'm like, tough opponents. Got it. My bad. Where was I? What was I thinking? Apparently, I don't know ball, so got it.
It's a great hero though. And you're right. He is being outsnapped right now. I think Kenny Gainwell had like 54% of the snaps to his 49. I mean, they're still on the field together a lot, but this would be interesting. I wonder how much Kenny and Jalen will be on the field together, just because of DK's out, and like you said, there's Adam Thielen.
They might put Gainwell out there in the slot. Who knows?
They might.
But they're having so much success with both of them, just kind of running the hot hand and then just letting them roll with it. So I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully they lose this week. But Zoltaski, you want to go with your guy? A second to get you set up here. Where'd he go?
He just rage quit?
Did he actually get up and I didn't see?
He was just here.
Is he still in frame?
Is he getting a prop?
Did he pass out?
I'll tell you what I'm not playing tonight because I'm already at an 11, and that's Arc Raiders.
What happened?
Hey,
my Discord
where'd
crashed.
you go?
My Discord crashed. No idea why. Just kind of, I wasn't clicking on anything. Literally was not touching my computer.
Before it crashed, you were in frame, and then you were gone. We just saw your background, your chair.
I put my head down because I was upset because it was frozen and I thought it did that thing again. It's fine.
Hey, you're pretty flexible, huh?
Dude,
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I played hockey for a long time. It's you got to be flexible to play hockey. But you're gonna throw me in here? It's fine. Simple, easy. Stephon Diggs. This is a solid performance from the guy. 9 receptions on 10 targets for 138 yards. 400-yard game on the year. We talk about the veteran presence a lot, and we talk about the diva a lot too. This was a big worry for this young Patriots team to bring a guy who's known to be a diva in. But the Patriots team played extremely well. I know they have a weaker schedule. I think the weakest in the NFL since since 1999 or something like that. But it's good to see him get his when the young guys are getting theirs. He's still fun to watch. He still has a chance to hit his first 1,000-yard season since 2023. And if he continues doing this, I mean, the Patriots are a team to look out for in the playoffs. As much as we hate to say it, we thought we would have a little bit longer of a break from the Patriots dynasty, but here we are again.
The May Dynasty, some are calling it. No, it's a great pick. He
Yeah.
has become so much more level-headed since he's gone to the Patriots. And, Fish, you were talking about the Patriot way there earlier, but, I mean, Belichick's not even there anymore. So, I guess Vrabel's just carrying that over. Where's Belichick?
He's a Tar Heel. It's a basketball school, by the way.
Yeah, he's swapping college dorm rooms with other kids. So
I was going to say, where's Belichick? He's wherever 24-year-olds hang out. I'm too old for that. I have no idea.
It's college. Apparently. But
this is a good pick because he has been sneaky effective all year.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's had his spurts of 4 or 5 point games, but again, the Patriots offense is still trying to find themselves. And the more and more that Travion Henderson kind of becomes that, that presence, that lethal presence in the running back dimension back there with the Patriots, it really opens up everything, and especially with Drake May, his stellar season so far. So I don't know. It's kind of something to kind of if you do redrafts, maybe you look at who they draft. If they don't get a receiver, if they get a 4th or 5th round guy, it's not going to really be a presence. He might be a sneaky late pick, and then kind of flex in there. Yeah, late, real late. Late, but
he's 33 next year.
Yeah, he's up there.
But he's never been a burner.
Travion went out in the second quarter with a concussion. And
I know.
It was bad.
Good old Butterhands back there, who I don't think he fumbled. I don't know. I didn't look, but I think a big thing too, though, is, again,
not just the fingers, but the whole hands.
Yeah, you're just melting the whole thing of butter, and just dipping them in there with 3 pieces of popcorn.
I've never heard anyone say that before. That's awesome.
That dude fumbles a lot. Just puts the ball on the ground. But again, you bring up the Patriot way. Their coach was in that system.
True.
And I think he adopted that. And when they brought in Diggs, we had that incident, I think, in the offseason with the pink powder on the yacht or whatever it was.
Yep.
I think there was a sit down that said, hey, look, I'm paying you because we're doing this. We're trying to rebuild. We're trying to win a championship. And I need you for to be the guy to lead these young guys and show them how to do it. He had his expectations set forth from the beginning. And Rabes is taking no BS. So he knew it's all right, either I got to straighten up or I'm out of here. So.
It's a good point. Him and Josh McDaniels.
Yours was also a good pick, by the way. Sorry about the freezing. I wanted to say that.
Can we stop glazing each other for crying out loud?
Oh, well, it's just me and Zoltaski glazing each other. You want to talk about yours, and maybe we'll dive into it?
My guy is Chris Olave. Chris Olave is the only bright spot of this entire New Orleans Saints team.
Nope. Disagree with you.
He's ranked number 6 this year at receiver for PPR formats, and he has been healthy this entire year. This year, he has his highest scoring game. He had 16 targets, 10 receptions, 148 yards, and 2 total touchdowns. He is a guy that they are going to look to build around next year. Whoever's throwing him the ball, maybe it's Tyler Show, maybe it's Taysom Hill, maybe it's Spencer Rattler, maybe it's somebody who's not there. I don't know, but Chris Olave, just wanted to give him his props this week. He balled out, and I'm sure if you had the not even the stones to play him, I'm sure a lot of people were playing him. He started in 92% of leagues. I'm sure he won a lot of folks' games this week. So shout out Chris Olave. You're my fantasy hero for week 16. What do you got to say about that, Fish? Been making a lot of faces.
He's not the only focal point. I think that is it Tyler Show or Tyler Shock or Chuck or
Tyler S. Let's call him that.
Yeah, Tyler S. He has looked promising, and he's been slinging the rock left and right and running it. Which I mean, Chris Olave finally he's had a season where he doesn't have 12 major concussions before the end of the year, which is a huge plus. So, but again, this is the Saints looked at. I mean, they drafted him for a reason, right? And yeah, he's been plagued by 1,000 concussions. Maybe a guy could read on a 4th grade level, but he's finally playing knock on wood, finally playing a full season without any type of injuries, any type of setbacks. This is what he can do. If you get him a guy that's not Desmond Ridder or any other jackass back there, you get him a Tyler S., a guy that can sling the rock and is confident when doing it. All you need is a better running back. Let Kamara go ahead and drink pina colada somewhere. He's gaining a little weight there. Let him go ahead and drink them. Put Devin Neal. I'm no biasy. I don't have an autograph by him. Put Devin Neal in and let him just run the rock. That's it.
The numbered auto?
Yeah.
Numbered to what?
Yeah, 199, but I mean,
I ain't worth anything anyways.
But if he numbered.
What'd you call me?
I have a Tesla numbered. So I'm not sure.
I got one too. Mine's a patch.
Mine's not a patch.
Patch, what's your number 2?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at it in a long time.
The guy's a fake fan.
I got it before he was drafted.
I got it after you were drafted. Pack pulled. Fresh, clean.
Cool, man. Let's get our starts.
No, that's a good
I'll
pick.
start.
I like Chris Olave is good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Save Nutter's pick.
Yeah,
for
absolutely,
last.
Absolutely saving his for last.
100%.
Absolutely.
Hold, please. Okay, go.
Holding. All right. This one's a boomer bust here because this guy has been just the epitome of inconsistency. And this is a shout out to Liz, though, because she's real upset that she didn't start him last week and it cost her a victory. We'll go with Kenneth Walker III. They're playing Carolina. I know Carolina's fighting for that division with Tampa Bay. But I just think there's potential here. He had a really good game last week. Sam Darnold's, I think, remembered how to be a quarterback. So I think they're going to try and utilize him instead of Charbonnet. And Carolina's defense just isn't very good. I could be wrong. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I lost in all my leagues. This is just a pick. I like Kenny.
It's interesting that you go with this, right? And you said it right off the bat, right? He's a boom or bust pick, right? Seattle doesn't know, and Kenny has done better than Charbonnet this year, but they haven't really been like, hey, Kenny, Charbonnet, both you guys sit down. Kenny, you're the 3 down back. Charbonnet, we're going to put you in as a secondary, if anything. They haven't come out and said any of that. So this is truly, all right, and we talked about this, over the course of the season, right? When you're looking for that one player where they're averaging 10 points, but you need a guy that can pop off and get you 24, but you're not going to take that risk because you're okay with getting the 8 to 10 points. This is a player that we're talking about. This is a guy that you take that gamble and go, look, Kenny, I'm going to text you. Hey, man, this is it. I hope all is well. Just to let you know, you've been averaging like 8 to 10 points. Need you to pop off for 24. Look at his trend. Look at the games he's played. There's some times where he runs it for 18 times and only gets 60 yards. And there's other times that he runs it for 12 and gets 130 and a touchdown. So this is a perfect example where we know fantasy football is all about a gamble. Don't tinker stinker too much. And then you take out your best players and you put in some jackass in there. But this is one of those guys where this is a traditional boom or bust pick where he could get you 8 points, could get you 5, but then could get you 28. So that's a great pick. I like it. Getting towards the end of the season, that's great. The only thing you have to worry about is that the Seattle has already made the playoffs, so my worry would be that they're going to rest.
I think they still have a chance, I think they can still win their division because they beat the Rams, and they're still fighting for that number 1 seed.
Yeah, they're still playing for seed.
So. But yeah, the thing is, you mentioned that too. The wishy-washy played the Rams, right? Solid defense. Watched them all year. 26.9 points, 11 rushes, 100 yards on the ground, 3 catches for 64 yards with a rushing touchdown. The week before, played the Colts, who have been struggling. 2.9 points. So
it's just
again, big boom or big bust incoming. I don't know what it's going to be.
But if your projection is lower than 15 points, if there's that much of a gap, might be worth trying to swing on it and just see what happens.
Is the projection on Sleeper this week.
The only thing that scares me is they're playing Carolina at home. Carolina has been really, really good at home this year. That's all I have to say.
I mean, they could still lose the game and score 40, but it could be like the Bengals where they put up 40 points and still lose the game.
That's true.
You could have 300 rushing yards. You never know.
Yeah, I think Carolina's in the middle of the pack for run defense, but they I mean, like you said, Kenny's the definition. I think if you look up boomer bust in a dictionary, his picture's right there next to it.
Which is such a shame because he's just not being utilized to his fullest potential.
Yeah, and that's why it's not necessarily, it's not his fault at all. It's the play calling.
Yeah.
No, 1,000%. Or subbing in Charbonnet and then he vultures any touchdown, but beyond the 15. So
Carolina's it's saying they're green for him, which means they're a great matchup on Sleeper.
Yeah, well, don't take that into account. I did with Bucky Irving, so don't do it. Guy's a bum.
We got a guy looking.
But who's not a bum?
Who's not a bum? RJ Harvey. I'm picking him based on solely that he is now. It seems like they have finally cemented right. We talked about Denver, Bo Nix, and his running capability. Where, okay, great. So they get rid of Javonte Williams. He didn't really do that well ever since the injury. Now they have 15 running backs back there. They draft this RJ Harvey guy who's supposed to be the fastest guy in the world out of the draft, essentially running like a 4.3 40, 4.39 40 or something like that. Something crazy, right? It's a little bit on the smaller side, but we know Denver that they're going to probably use mostly a pass catching back and then just have Bo Nix just kind of run it. Well, haven't really seen Bo Nix run it like he did last year. He's been fairly more contained in the pocket and throwing it, and they've had a lot of success, right? They still have Cortland Sutherland out there. I mean, they got incredible things going on. As of lately, though, since week 13, RJ Harvey has kind of demanded more of a timeshare snap percentage increase into the 60s, which to me, in between the 60 to 70 range, is possibly 3 down back territory, right? And the stats kind of reflect it. Over the last, since week 13, he's accumulated both on the ground and through the air receiving wise, which that's what he was known for in college, is not only running the rock very good, he's very effectively catching the ball out of the backfield and doing what he needs to do. I mean, his yak and his ability to make people miss is top tier. But since week 13, he's put up 19 fantasy points. Week 14, 19 fantasy points. The following week, 10 fantasy points. And then last week, put up 20. This is all on minimal usage, really. not really being touchdown dependent. I think both 19-point games that he had, he's been very green when running. Very good yard per carry kind of thing, and then utilized. And then this past week, scored the touchdown, but then also was a great pass catching back. So I would feel comfortable with Denver still trying to find out who they are offensively. We know that they're a good threat. They got a great quarterback. They got good receivers. But it seems like they're kind of finally setting the foundation of, okay, RJ Harvey, it's been long enough. We're going to go ahead and make you our number one, and then kind of filter other people in as we see fit so you can get a break. I would feel comfortable and confident starting RJ Harvey, especially going into a championship game, especially with these stats. If you're playing a PPR league, this is a no-brainer, especially with his capabilities and his ability to do what he can in the backfield with a Denver team that just doesn't seem to lose and just finds a way to win. So if it's not Cortland Sutton, it's going to be RJ Harvey. It's not really Marvin Mims, kind of been mid. Couldn't tell you about the tight end that they have or the third receiver that they have, but it seems like it's been Cortland Sutton.
Troy Franklin.
Oh, that's right. Down. Clifford Franklin. Yeah.
Evan Ingram.
Oh, yeah, because you've heard his name a lot this year, the announcers have said. It's been Cortland Sutton or RJ Harvey, and most of the time it's going to be RJ Harvey just based off a game script. They're going to be up early. And the defense is still pretty stout with PS2 back there still. So RJ Harvey is my go-to safer pick, especially for championship week. You don't need a boom or bust, go RJ Harvey.
I think that's your first layup of the year.
It's possible.
They're playing the Chiefs, who have basically no quarterback. And they're taking for a better draft pick.
I think that's why I picked him. That really speaks to that game script. I mean, the Broncos are probably going to get up early. Now, the Chiefs have a very good run defense, but their defense against running backs who catch the ball, not great. So I think you're probably going to see him have more success through the year than you'll see him.
No, I'm not saying I don't like it. It's a great pick.
You're right. It is on the safer end. I saw who you picked. So I felt like let's give people both spectrums here, so nobody freaks out. Give a safer pick, and then you have
you got this guy,
an outlandish pick, Butterhands over here, Butterhands McGee.
Wow, I just learned that this guy has a nickname in the league. It's Butterhands. I'm going Butterhands here.
Zolt, look at the script he just wrote for this.
I know. I read it, and it's
good. Let me get into it.
You just forgot.
Week is going to be Ramondre
You forgot to
Stevenson.
mention one thing.
Oh my God!
He plays for the New England Patriots. He's going into New York to play the Jets. Sorry, New Jersey, I guess. The Patriots have clinched a playoff berth, but they are not the winners of their division yet. They are one game ahead of the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. And I know what you're thinking, just as these boys have both just said. Ramondre? Really? Gross, dude. We don't want to start that guy. The biggest reason I'm starting him this week in a championship game is because Travion Henderson could miss out this week. There's a big reason he could miss out. He took a really nasty fall during that game against Baltimore. He tried to get up and run off the field. He couldn't do it. He eventually had to, have people help him off the field. And I don't think there's going to be any reason that the Patriots are going to bring him back this week. Now, this might be a little into the weeds, but if the Patriots want to win their division, they have to see who the Bills are playing. The Patriots play the Jets. Should be a cakewalk. The Bills play the Eagles. It's not going to be that much of a cakewalk. Now, I know the Eagles have clinched, but they could still get first in the NFC and get that bye week. So I think they're going to play for that a little bit. Either way, I think the Eagles secondary is probably going to be better than the Jets first team anyway. So I think even if Henderson does play, you're going to see a lot of Ramondre Stevenson on the field. And if it so happens that Henderson does not play, Stevenson's going to get all the workload. The Jets are ranked 28th against opposing running backs this year. And when these teams played against each other in week 11, Henderson had his biggest week with Stevenson being out. So I think this week you might see the same thing, just vice versa, flipped. So I think he's going to be a great start this week, especially with Henderson's going to be out.
What was his biggest week? Like 4 points?
Ramondre?
Yeah.
It was week 2 against Miami, 21 points.
Well, kind of looks like old Ramondre.
But this past week, even with Travion out, he got 84% of the snaps and he had 17 points.
It's not bad.
He's only scored 4 times this year. So,
Look, your logic is sound. I get it. It's Butterhands.
it is Butterhands.
Man. He's been in the league for 5 years now, and he's fumbled the ball 17 times. He led the league in fumbles last year with 7.
But only 3 this year, and he hasn't done it since week 5. It's the important thing.
He's played
because he hasn't been on the field.
He's been on the field.
Okay.
There's 3 weeks where he was hurt,
Look,
but
again,
Yeah, in victory formation. He's the guy that just kind of hangs out there back there.
that is the big, massive red flag for me. Just with his
Fumbles?
the troubles he's had. I don't know. Maybe they finally fixed it. I doubt it. But I mean, I'm not a fan. If I don't have any other options, sure. If he's all I got, sure.
That brings up a good point, though. Who is the second string running back to Ramondre right now?
so they have about 38 guys listed on Sleeper.
What's his name? Starts with an A, I think.
There's Dearness Johnson. He used to play for the Browns back in the day. There's Craig Reynolds, who used to play for the Lions. There is Antonio Gibson, who Zoltowski's thinking about. He's out for the year.
Okay.
They have 4 guys I've never heard of. Deneric Prince, Terrell Jennings, Lan Larson, Brock Lampy, and then Jack Westover is a fullback.
Okay, so there's no competition then.
He's the guy. That's why he got 84% of the snaps. So I assume when they weren't in 5 wide, Ramondre was in after Travion's injury.
I mean, I get it. I see why he did it.
There's meat on the bone.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat on the bone, but somebody will fumble it. So,
Even if he does fumble, I think he'll give you a favorable stat line. Unless you have like 50 minus points for fumbles in your league for some reason.
what do you think he's going to get? What's his stat line? Or give me fantasy points. What do you think he's going to end with?
Well, the Fisher's no way to know right now. I'd have to know if Travion's going to play or not.
Well, that's great. Let's assume that Travion doesn't play.
If Travion doesn't play, I think a safe floor for him would be 16 points in PPR formats. If it's standard, maybe 13. Pretty valuable flex play, I'd say, if you need him. I'm going for floor here. I'm not going for boom or bust. I'm like you. Going for a guy that's going to see the field a lot.
My guy does see the field a lot.
I'm talking Zoltowski.
Kenny Walker sees the field a lot. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's boom or bust.
Again, because of the play calling.
Yeah,
you're going to tell me that if Kenny Walker is your starting running back, he's not getting 85% of the snaps, and he's not your 3-down back. You're going to tell me that right now.
No, it's Chardonnay back there.
Well, I can tell you one thing. He hasn't this entire year. The year before that, he got close with 80. And the year before that, he did it twice with 87. So, no, he's not going to be your bell cow.
Dumb.
I don't know.
Interesting. That's interesting.
I think if Travion doesn't play, it's much more enticing. Even if he does, I think the Patriots are going to be running it so much that he's going to be on the field a lot.
Oh, okay. All right. That's it. I get it.
Hunter Henry. Stephon Diggs.
I get it.
Is that other tight end they got? That's good too.
Yeah, but they're not going to be throwing a ton in this game. I doubt. So
Shit, Drake May can run the ball really well too.
yeah, that's exactly what you want going into the playoffs.
Okay, I get it.
You guys ready to do this pick'em for week 17? No typos here.
Definitely. Right.
Are you sure?
No typos, not a single one.
Spelled Gents wrong.
Podcast is also incorrectly spelled.
I hate you both.
Join the club. I started it.
All right, we have our week 17 pick'em. And we have 3 games on Thursday, 2 games on Saturday, 1 game on Monday, and then the rest are on Sunday. So we're going to start here with the first Thursday game. This is at 1 o'clock. Dallas going into Washington. Dallas 7-point favorites. We already know it's Dak versus Josh Johnson. Give me Dallas.
Yeah, take Dallas.
Next game, we have the Lions versus the Vikings at Minnesota. Lions are 7.5-point road favorites. Give me the Lions. Not even a question.
With little kitties.
Yeah. But Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason are combined for probably 250 on the ground because we can't stop the run anymore.
I believe it.
And then last but not least, we got Denver playing a very wounded Kansas City team. Denver's 13.5-point favorites on the road. Give me Denver in a very boring Monday or Thursday night football game.
What a boring Christmas slate.
Netflix is pissed. You guys ever seen that meme where it's like a really ratty old house with a Lamborghini next to it?
Yeah.
That's the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
We have 2
Don't
games.
Let Rasheed Rice get behind the wheel.
Yeah.
The Lambo.
True. We have 2 games Saturday. These should both be holy shit. These should both be pretty good games. We have Baltimore going into LA to play the Jesus Christ. We have Houston
going
to LA to play the Chargers. Chargers are 2.5-point favorites at home. I think Houston's going to win this football game. And let me tell you why.
I also have Houston.
That offensive line is ass.
Yep.
And that defensive line is great.
And the linebackers. I think you're going to see a ton of blitzes from this Houston defense. And Justin Herbert's going to do everything he can. But even the run, what's his name? Vidal and the other guy, my Ryan.
Fidel Castro.
Fish?
2 weeks in a row that Vidal Castro has a beard. Chat. Yeah, I'll take the Chargers.
Are you looking for him?
That's not me, by the way.
That's not, yeah. Those are wrong colors. You got Fish on Houston.
No, here's you on Houston. Just put me on Chargers.
Can't see it so tiny.
I did.
Are both of you okay?
I'm a little rattled that you guys don't like my Ramondre pick. I'm a little surprised.
What do you mean a little surprised?
I don't know. I just thought I'd get more support.
Look, I get your stat man because you picked 12 tight ends going against the Bengals, and then you picked one and they throw up a dud, which you owe me a coffee for. So
you also owe me a coffee for that too, because I hopped on that bet like a smart man. You owe us a lot of coffees.
Yeah, you owe me equity in a coffee company.
Next game, we got Baltimore going into Green Bay. Green Bay 3-point favorites on the road. Or at home. Give me Green Bay.
It is Love playing, and then is Jacobs playing.
I don't know about Love, but Malik Willis looked pretty good, if I do say so.
All right, man.
Josh Jacobs is limited in practice.
That means he'll probably suit up. I mean, they have to play. They're fighting for a playoff spot.
He'll play, and now that I'm out of the playoffs, he'll get 36 points.
You guys both going Green Bay?
I'll take Green Bay, please.
Yeah, as much as I want the Ravens to win, I just think I just don't know. I hate it. Hopefully Jordan Love hits his head again and has to sit out this week, and Josh Jacob like turns weird and has to also sit out. Then the Ravens have a chance.
So he's wishing injuries on players now.
They're already injured. We just want them to get hurt more.
What's Lamar's status right now?
Just held together by duct tape and prayers, I believe.
Yep.
Checks out.
Because I like Malik Willis a
he's
lot
not.
more than
He
Snoop.
did not practice.
Yeah.
Because he has a serious back contusion. He is day to day. Who's their backup?
Snoop Huntley.
Snoop Huntley.
Pro Bowler.
Snoop Huntley.
Pro Bowler. Pro Bowler.
Don't forget that. Yeah. For the Sunday slate, we have Arizona going into Cincinnati. Cincinnati 7-point favorites. This is not surprisingly the highest over/under at 53.5 points this week.
Yeah, give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals, and then one of their core four is going to get hurt.
Yep,
that's what's going to happen.
I might be at this game. My parents are coming into town this weekend, and they're talking about buying tickets. They're like, "You want to go to the Bengals game?" I was like, "I'll absolutely go to an NFL game. That's fine."
Yeah, could you pass along something to Trey McBride and beef brisket? I'll text it to you.
Yeah, I will. I'll climb down to the barrier for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Just make sure you don't say their government names or any.
Beef brisket.
He'll respond. He's done it before.
Get you an autograph. Give me a card or two. I'll get you an auto while I'm there.
Honestly, yeah, I'd take a Trey McBride auto.
Yeah.
On card auto. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next game, we have Pittsburgh going into Cleveland. Pittsburgh is 3-point favorites on the road. This is the lowest over-under of the week at 33.5. It doesn't surprise me at all. Let's see. We lost our spark on our offense. Give me Pittsburgh. I hate to say it.
You lost your spark, huh?
Quinshawn.
Oh, Shooter's been playing well.
Yeah, he has, but the offense ran through Quinshawn.
I don't know. They had the other Sanders guy in there, and he looked pretty good too. Dylan Sampson's not bad if he plays.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
out there.
I'll take the Steelers.
So Tasky, you own Cleveland? Sounds like.
I like the Browns defense.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love to play spoiler.
Yeah, you know what? Give me the Browns. Why not? Let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, I'll take the Steelers, and then Myles Garrett to bitch that his team lost, but then collects a $5 million check after the game. So
yeah, Egg's gonna set the sack record too.
I'm starting
against Old Man Rogers.
I'm starting muting people during the podcast.
I wanted to win. There's $40 million guaranteed. Oh, I could play a little longer. Yeah, sure.
I could lose.
This guy's stupid.
Hey, on this next one, you should give me the Saints.
New Orleans at Tennessee. New Orleans 2.5-point favorites on the road.
Give me the Saints.
However, the Titans did get.
Yeah, Tyler S.
And the Titans just got their first home win in a long time.
I'm going I'm going Saints.
Concussion protocol Olave.
Hey, next one, I'll take the Jags.
What are you jumping the gun for?
He's trying to speed it up because he's going to go to bed here in like 30 minutes.
No, I want to play COD. I want to get angry. I'm already in an 11.
Next,
might as well get to a 14.
Shut up. Next game, we have Jacksonville going into Indianapolis. Jacksonville 6.5-point favorites. You want the Jags?
Yeah, give me the Jags.
I think we all want the Jags. Fish
is raising the hand.
I'll take the Jags, please.
Thank you.
No problem. I don't want to jump the gun. I just want to be called upon.
Oh, I'm jumping the gun. And now,
next game we have Tampa Bay going into Miami. A good old Florida game for us. Tampa Bay 5.5-point favorites. Give me Tampa Bay. Not even a question.
Tampa, they need to win it. They need to win.
Next game we have New England going into New York. 13.5-point favorites are the Patriots. Give me New England.
Yep.
New England.
And then last but not least, for the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday, we have the Seattle Seahawks going into Carolina. Seattle 7-point favorites at home, or on the road, excuse me.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks. Seahawks beats the Boomer bust.
Boomer bust Kenny Walker.
I'm going Seahawks too, but I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina wins this game. Because they also have to win to get in.
Yeah, but Seahawks defense is also pretty good.
Seahawks.
We only have 2 4 o'clock games. We have New York at Las Vegas. Everybody go to sleep collectively. This is in Vegas. Vegas is 1.5 point favorites. Give me Vegas, I guess.
Yeah, just for the hell of it, give me Vegas.
I literally also took Vegas.
And then next we have Philadelphia going into Buffalo. Philly is not favored in this game. Buffalo is favored at 1.5. I could see Buffalo winning this game.
Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. Billy Green.
I'm going Buffalo.
Hopefully it doesn't snow. Don't bring Santa out.
You're not in Philly. It's fine. They're in Highmark.
Yeah, but we travel well. That's the problem.
Yeah, not wrong. It's close too.
Next, we have Chicago going into San Fran. This is probably the game I'm most excited for over the Christmas week. I think Chicago, San Fran's 3-point favorites, by the way. Give me Chicago.
Yeah, same.
Clutch Caleb, I think he's going to pull another one out.
Guys looks really good, man. He looks terrifying.
He looks so good.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's a
now.
lot quicker than what I thought. I thought he was slow. He's fast.
But I'm going to take the Niners.
Any reason why?
He's playing good football.
Just a gut feeling you have?
Just a gut feeling. McCaffrey's playing so
and
good.
Purdy's back.
Purdy's back. He threw for 5 tutties.
Purdy was very good.
Kittle's back. Their backup defensive players are stepping up and making plays.
Kittle's questionable. Typical Kittle moment. Yeah, he got hurt. He got hurt and cost it. Also helped me cost a loss in one of my games. So
yikes!
Sending him an email.
Last game we have here, we have the LA Rams going into Atlanta. Rams are 7.5 point favorites on the road. Obviously, give me the Rams here.
Give me the Rams, but if you have Kyle Pitts, have fun of your 55 points he's going to put up.
Give me the Rams. Also, have fun with Puka Nacua putting up like 80.
Oh, I forgot about Puka.
What's that tight end's name? Colby Parkinson? We think he's going to do much this week? I'm starting over against you, big guy.
I think he's going to do really well this week.
Oh, yeah. Are you playing? You play Fish and the Boys, right?
Yep, for the chip.
Anyone, fingers crossed. It's been known to have my stud players not play well.
Says that puts up 240 points last week.
I don't on average. Our team is disgusting.
Your team is nuts, dude.
I need league dues. There's $6,000 a piece in that one.
You can suck my left and right nut.
If I could get $6,000, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get paid here.
Dude, you had 1 week this week where you put up less than 150 points. Still won that week because you were playing Tiggy.
I was gonna guess Mason.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't realize I was playing Tiggy in playoffs. I looked down and I was like, "Oh, this game was a lot closer than I thought." And then I didn't realize he had Purdy, and Purdy put up 40 points. I was at a heart attack. I didn't even know he squeaked in. Who did he beat? Did he beat Bosom?
No one, Mason.
And me.
No, both of them were in last place.
Or no, he...
It's retardable.
We had bye weeks.
Yeah. I think I had like a 92% chance to beat Bosom, and then I forgot he had CMC, and I lost.
It's rough.
I was pissed.
I'm
not paying you, Fish. I'll fight you instead. If you beat me, then I'll pay you.
Look, if I lose, I don't care if you pay me or not. I'm not paying anybody. I'm pocketing all of the money.
Just gonna move to Indiana, change his name. Ugh. All right, that's the show. Appreciate you guys listening, watching. Also, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate anything at all. So, you guys got anything to say to the people before we go here?
I can't believe Tiggy snuck in there.
Shocked.
That guy didn't even know how to. He didn't know how to use
held together by duct tape.
The app like 3 weeks ago. He was asking how he does things, and then he texts me. I shit you know. I think he texted me like 3 weeks ago. He goes, "Hey man, I need a running back. You want to trade one, brother? Trade deadline's been over for 8 months. Like,
yeah, it's been going for so long.
What are you doing?"
It was earlier in the year.
He's like, use your commissioner powers.
Earlier in the year, he talked about trading a player, and I sent him a trade. And then it was a week later we got
By the way, Fish,
he
didn't sneak in. He was the number 4 seed, by the way.
Yeah.
I gotta look at this again. The 2 for Tatas. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but
I struggled.
I said, Tiggy, I sent you a trade. What do you think of it? Dude, I don't know how to access trades in that league. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Tiggy is shocked.
Dude, I sent Mason a trade. He's like, "Oh, I need
your left
I
kidney.
need more of my teams."
Mason,
and then
Scannable
goes out on IR. I was gonna send him 2 running backs.
All right, we're just yapping at this point, folks. See you later.
Yeah.
Always did you do. Thanks for being a gent.
Bye.